Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, we're right in the middle of our new unit on entrepreneurship called New Business. We're talking about startups and starting even new parts of an existing business, adding to them. Today, we're going to be working on business communication skills. Specifically, you will practice the language for asking about work and life, along with the tricky skill of asking for a favor, as well as the skill of politely saying no to a favor when it's asked of you. So, more about that in just a minute. First, a little bit about me. I'm Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means please turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom quiet. But tune in to the new vocabulary words that you're learning. So use them as actively as you can so that I can correct you and give you feedback. Last, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And now I'm going to open the material, which you have in the class material link. I'm going to open it for you and share my screen so you can see where we are. And I want to just ask a quick question about the homework. Uh-oh, can everyone hear me okay? Can everyone? Yeah? So, Adi, I think the problem is just with you. Maybe it's your connection. Okay, I guess he's going to rejoin. What am I looking at? I want to ask you a quick question about the homework here. I'm going to open it up as well, just to see if there's any questions for those of you who had a chance to do it. Okay, so if there's any questions, I can just quickly take a look and clear them up. This is the homework that I sent. It was the working with words section, so vocabulary. You had to fill in a few gaps with key vocabulary words. Did anyone have a chance to try this? No?
Daniel.
No, because you can't send me this homework.
I can't. Excuse me. I can't send you.
You can.
I can.
You haven't sent.
I didn't send this to you?
Yes, I received it just today.
Oh, maybe you weren't in the class, Daniel. I'm sure I sent it to you. Actually, I remember sending it to you. I'm 100% sure that I sent it to you.
Okay.
I could send it again. Well, actually, you can just copy the link there. It's right there. Okay, so did anyone have any questions? Did anyone do this and have any questions about the answers? I'll take that as a no. I don't hear any, so I'll say that's a no. Okay, let's move on, and then you can always try that vocabulary homework at any time you want and bring your questions to class. So let's move on for the moment. We're going to be working on business skills. That's usually key phrases that help you with a particular business context, like making a polite request, like starting a presentation. In this case, it's going to be asking for a favor. That's going to be our main skills. So, can someone just read the directions for us? And we're going to get a little introduction by talking about this situation. Oh, look, we have a new picture. Dennis is a new picture. How about that? Dennis, are you the same Dennis or are you a different Dennis? Because that's not the same.
I have the same Dennis, I think.
You have a new picture.
Don't know. Yeah. It's a pink invisible unicorn. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're the Russian dentist.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, we had the Chinese dentist before. That's why I was confused.
Uh,
Russian dentist, could you read about this? Read the directions above the picture for us. Let's talk about this situation. Could you read that for us?
okay. Think of the last time you had a chance encounter with someone you hadn't seen or heard from for a long time. Describe the meeting. How did you feel? What did you talk about?
Well, why don't you start us off, Dennis?
What?
Why don't you start us off?
I mean, I have to answer this question.
You don't have to.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'm supposed to answer this question. Okay. I felt great when I met someone I hadn't seen for a long time because he was my friend. He's my friend, and I haven't seen him for 1 year because he studied in other city, and I was very happy to see him because we've been friends in our childhood.
Ah, your childhood friend. So you ran into him. Is that right?
Yeah, he just visited his parents in the city where I study, but he doesn't live here anymore. We talked about our lives, obviously, and what's it's gonna be in a few years. I mean, our plans for future, and he is going to get married, and so he's pretty happy. Yeah.
Okay, good. So let me ask you, the class, what do we call it when you're talking about your life with someone you haven't seen in a while? Do you know what that's called? What the action is called?
Recall.
Reunion?
Well, the reunion is what's happening, but that act of talking about your life when you haven't seen someone, do you know the expression? The
Recalling.
verb.
For the friend?
Well, someone you haven't seen. They say, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. What's going on? And when you tell them what's going on, you are
What's
doing. You can say what's up.
Asking question?
Yeah, you're asking questions, but we have a specific word for this. Asking questions about life in general when you haven't seen someone is called
Catching up.
catching up.
Hmm.
You're catching up. And when you see someone by accident, you are doing what? You do what? You
Run into him.
run into. When you see someone by accident, run into. Okay. And what about you, Ishmael? Have you ever run into someone that you hadn't seen recently? If you run into someone you haven't seen in a while?
Yes, I ran into my old friend last week, Jon-Eric.
What a coincidence.
Yes. He came to my city to make some work change, and he got some examination
So
before.
he's going to change jobs?
He thought to change job. Yes, he thought to
Okay.
work in my city, and I gave him a ride, and he makes some application, or how can I say?
He applied to some jobs?
Yes, he applies in different company for job.
Okay, very good. Okay, and so you found that out when you ran into him. You didn't know it before, right? You found that out when you were catching up with him. Is that right?
I am not sure if I correctly understand. Could you repeat again, John?
Did you run into him or did you know that he was coming?
Actually, he called me.
Ah, so you didn't
For,
run into him. You did
yeah,
run into him.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And did you catch up with him on the phone before you met him?
yes. We catch up on the phone.
We caught up on the phone.
We
We
called
caught
up
up.
on the phone. We made some plan and we met in the city.
There you go. All right. Well, look, in that context, we're going to try to get a little bit of input, a little language input here. So, talking about catching up, and particularly with a business colleague. So, we're going to start with the context down there. Let me see. Let me get another reader out there. Rebecca, do you think you could read the context for us before we begin?
Yeah, okay. Listen to the three conversations and choose a piece of information from each column to describe each other. Write the number of the conversation in the correct space. There are two extra pieces of information in each column.
That was not the context, Rebecca.
Ah, the context, sorry. Okay, you could say it before. Okay.
That's all right. We need to know the direct.
No, you could interrupt me. I mean.
I wouldn't dare interrupt you.
Okay, so I'll do it now. Maintaining contacts with the business colleague is important as their help or expertise may be useful at a later date. Three business people have contact with former colleagues and ask for assistance with a business venture.
Okay, so this is what you're going to be listening for,
Okay.
right? So, what are we listening for out there? To make sure this is clear. Is Gava, what are we listening for? Is the context clear? Uh-oh. Gava, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Ah. So what are we listening for in this context before we actually do the listening? I just want to make sure this is clear.
Yeah, we have to listen our business colleagues, no? No?
Well, they're not our colleagues, but they are colleagues amongst each other. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are they doing? I just want to make sure that it's clear before you read, because if you listen without knowing exactly what's going on, it might get a bit confusing.
So it's clear, yeah. Three business people have contact, yeah, and the former, and we have, and ask for instance with a business venture. Yeah, for me it's clear.
Carmen, how true do you think that statement is in the beginning of context?
What do you mean? Situation? The situation thing?
In the context, the first part of the context. How true or
Okay.
false do you think that is? How true is it, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's very important. It's extremely important because that way they can help you out with when you've got some business problem. They're going to give you advice about business.
Okay. I agree. But so, what kind of business colleagues are we talking about in particular here in your situation? You're saying people you've worked with?
No. Those are people, business people, who are contacting previous colleagues from work. They are meeting again, but they don't work together anymore. They used to work together before.
Absolutely. So when you say you think it's very important, you mean staying in contact with people you had worked with?
if you are interested in business, why not? Because the expertise and advice is always useful.
Absolutely. This book or this material was written probably a little bit before things like LinkedIn. So I'm curious, class, after social networking and social media had really taken off, do you think this situation has, I mean, it wasn't so obvious at the time. So do you think the situation has changed after Facebook and LinkedIn and those kind of things? What do you think?
Yeah, you don't have to meet anymore. You can contact them with on Facebook and other resources.
Yeah, you don't have to meet. You don't even have to stay in touch.
Mm-hmm. Well, you stay in touch if you keep. If you keep the Facebook account, and you can share messages and ideas or whatever. No?
You can. In LinkedIn, it's so strange because it seems like you just make a link and that's it. There seems to be, well, I don't use it, but it seems to be more like you just have a little link and that's it. Let me see. What else was I going to say? Sorry, Daniel, are you talking about the social media?
Before social media.
Oh, before. So you think it's a very positive change, is that right?
Yes, for me, yes.
Yes.
Because my best friends are living in very far cities in the world. Australia.
Very far away.
Yeah. Australia, Chile, South Arabia, Spain. The best way to keep the relationships is by Facebook or WhatsApp.
I agree.
All right. Well, let's try this then. We're going to be doing the listening. Let me just see quickly how long it is. If it's short enough, I'll do it as a listening. If it's long, we'll read part of it. Let me just take a quick look. 41. 1 second here. Yeah, it's a little long. It's a bit long. Okay, I think what I'm going to have you do is listen to part of it, the first part, because I do want you to use your listening skills. Maybe we're going to read the second two conversations because it's going to get a bit long if I read the whole thing. Okay? So, as Rebecca had read earlier, write the number of the conversation in the correct space. There are 2 extra pieces of information in each column. So you've got situation, relationship, update, favor requested. So you already know there's going to be a favor asked at some point. Okay? I'm going to see how much of this I can read without it getting too boring and slow. But I'm going to start the first part. We'll see how long it takes, and then I might ask you to read the rest. But let's listen to the first conversation and see if you can fill in each column based on the first conversation. Let's see how it goes. Are you ready?
Ready, go.
There you go. This is a conversation between Eric and Nicole. Eric: hello. Nicole: is that Eric Lundberg? Eric: yes, speaking. Nicole: Eric, this is Nicole DuPont from GBF Electronics. I'm not sure if you remember me. Oh, Nicole, hello. Of course I remember you. I haven't seen you for ages, though. Nicole: that's right. About 3 years. I think since you left GBF. Well, life's been extremely hectic. Eric: so, what have you been doing? How's work? It's good to hear from you. Nicole: well, GBF have been keeping me very busy. I was promoted shortly after you left, and for the last 3 months, I've been commuting between France and Belgium. Eric: congratulations. That sounds a bit tough, though. Nicole: yes, it is, and actually, that's the reason I'm calling. The thing is, I'm looking for someone to work with us in our Belgium office. Some, some, someone local, so I don't have to commute. Have you made any contacts in that region? Eric. Well, no name comes immediately to mind, but I'll certainly think about it. Just a minute. What about Natalie Hemery? She lived in Brussels for years. I'm sure she'd be able to help. That was conversation one. Okay, that was not as long as I thought. Let me see if I can do one more here. Conversation two is with, it looks like Xavier and Jose, if I got the names right. Xavier, or maybe it's Xavier, I'm not sure. Jose, hey, what are you doing? Xavier, I don't believe it. Are you getting the flight to Lisbon too? Xavier, yeah, I've got a meeting there. What about you? Jose, oh, I live there now with my wife and kids. Xavier, I didn't know you were married. When was the last time we saw each other? Jose, oh, I'm not sure. It must have been at college, at the college reunion, but that was 7 years ago. Xavier, really? Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, what have you been up to? Are you still working in the car industry? Jose, where should I start? So much has happened. After the exchange program at Birmingham, I stayed another year and worked for Nissan in their finance department. That job took me all over Europe, and on one of my trips, I met my wife Isabella in Lisbon, and after that, I got a transfer, and well, I've never looked back since. What about you? Xavier, well, nothing much has changed for me, but I've worked my way up in my present company. Things are going well, but I'm looking to, branch out, maybe move on. Actually, I've been doing some freelance consulting recently, which is partly why I'm going to Lisbon. Jose, oh, that sounds interesting. Xavier, well, it's all about making contacts. Hey, by the way, could you do me a favor? Could you put me in touch with a reputable consultancy since you live in Lisbon now? I'm looking to collaborate with an established firm. Jose, yeah, let's chat about that over dinner. How long are you staying? That was conversation two. Okay, maybe we can get two readers for conversation three so you don't keep listening to my voice. Before we do that, what would you say so far? I want you to tell me if you could pick out the situation, relationship update, and favor requested for conversations 1 and 2 so far. So what about the situation? Which ones did you tick off?
Situation 1, a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So situation 1, phone call. Okay.
Situation 2, at an airport.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I agree so far. Is Daniel the only one who did this?
No. Relationship, the first one, they were ex-work colleagues, and situation 2, colleagues friends.
Yeah.
College friends, right.
Mm-hmm.
College friends. Okay, very good. All right. And what about the update when they were catching up? Let me hear for some quiet people out there. Like Paolo. I haven't heard you at all today, Paolo.
Hello, Eric. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So what do you think? You were listening to how they updated each other, how they were catching up. So look in that column and tell me which points match with conversation 1 and 2 that you heard so far.
Well, the situation is at an airport and a phone call at work. Number 1, phone call at work, and number 2 at an airport. And those situations, it's relationship, quality business, and recruitment. Each other help each other for recruitment a new employee.
To recruit. To recruit. But the second situation wasn't about recruitment. It was about getting a business contact, not so much about recruitment, right? Because he said, I want to talk with help me find a consultancy company.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, and what about the update? Look at those points and tell me which ones match with conversation 1 in updating.
Well, had a promotion, number 1.
Number 1 had a promotion. Okay, good. I agree. Let's get some other voice. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Number 2 works in car industry too, Nissan. Yes.
Correct. Number 2 works in the car industry. Great. And Rebecca, what about the favor requested for number 1? What would you say? Look in column 4 now. What was the favor requested? I think Paulo will kind of mention this already, but are you there, Rebecca? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There she is. Okay. So in conversation 1, the favor requested was which of those choices?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm lost today,
help her
sorry.
out? Can anyone help her out?
New local member of staff.
A local member of staff. So that's what Paulo meant by recruitment, I think. Getting a local member of staff because she had to do what? Do you remember, Adi? What did she have to do and she wanted to stop doing?
I remember, but have for me to say it in English because I forget the whole sentence. Because he has a new branch, I think, new branch office, or kind of that.
Mm-hmm. And it was something about her having to commute. You remember?
Yeah.
So she had to commute. She had to go back and forth between Paris and Brussels, which is a long commute. Okay, very good. And Ishmael, what about conversation 2? What was the favor requested there? Do you remember?
Yes. In conversation 2, somebody want to branch out and move out to, I think, Lisbon.
Yeah, they were in Lisbon, and he's asking for what at the very end? Do you remember?
He is asking a consultant in Lisbon.
Right. So it seems like he wants to kind of partner up with a consultancy or something like that. That's the basic idea. So he's looking for a business contact. Okay, there's one more conversation, but I want to have you read this one, because otherwise you're just listening to me. No reason to subject you to that. Let's go to conversation 3, which is here on slide 6. And I want to hear some voices I haven't heard so far. Who have I not heard? Let's see. I've heard everyone. So maybe I can get Stanislav. Yuki, can you be our Stanislav?
Stanislav? Yes, Stanislav is a typical Russian name. It's also the name of a famous city.
Great. Can you be Stanislav for us?
Maybe.
Just say yes, Yuki.
Yes.
Okay, good. I need a Nadia. Who's going to be our Nadia? It doesn't have to be female only. Who's going to be our Nadia? Gava, are you going to be our Nadia today?
Yeah.
Okay. Yuki, you start us off in conversation 3 as Stanislav.
Good morning, Nadia. Thank you for finding the time to meet.
No problem. It's been a long time since we've been in contact, Stanislav. How's life treating you?
Well, there have been a lot of changes in the company since we last met, but I'm fine. How's the business with you?
Maybe we're missing something. Sorry, I think we're missing a part. One second. Let's double check. One second.
No, I think
Just repeating it. That's
it's
it.
the same. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing all the talking.
Well, pretty good actually. Our company has secured a huge contract with Mobilitech. We've also been talking to Strauss and Co. They have just gone public, so there should be money in that one. Anyway, you mentioned changes. What's been happening?
Oh, things have been tough in the insurance field. We've been directing our attention to the online market recently. They've taken a serious number of our customers.
Oh dear, I'm afraid that's the way things are going.
Exactly. And with that in mind, maybe I could ask you for a favor. We are looking for a collaboration with some direct insurers.
Good.
We have a lot of contacts, and I wonder if
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'd really appreciate your help.
Well, it sounds an interesting proposal. Send me the details. Here's my card, and I'll see who I know in the field. I can't promise anything, though.
No, I understand that, but thank you anyway.
So, how do you think that favor went? Did it go as well as the others?
I don't think so.
Why not, Carmen? What makes you say that?
Well, like he's just being, or she's being just polite, but I don't think she's interested in giving away the client's contact.
As we say, it's a pro forma.
In reality, she dislikes him, Stanislav.
Why? No. Why?
There are some very bitter past for her in relationship with Stanislav. The kind of office love, maybe.
I think you've already seen the movie. Don't give it away for the rest of it.
I watched a lot of American love story movies.
I think you've watched too many.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, despite the office romance, let's see if we can just pick up a few details. So, based on what you heard, class, and based on what you read, Yuki Gava, the situation would be, in column 1, let's just be clear about the situation.
Yeah, I think it's a phone call at work, maybe.
Is it a phone call?
Or they met. I forgot.
How do we know?
I know sure that they were ex-work colleagues. That I know sure.
Okay. Well, hang on a second, because we said in conversation 1 that it was a phone call and that they were ex-work colleagues in conversation 1. Now we're in conversation 3, and we can only choose one per conversation, so we need another answer. Well, it's definitely not on the phone, for sure.
Yeah.
But let's help him out. So who can help Gava out a little bit? They're not on the phone, but where are they?
There's no clue to that. Could be a trade fair, could be a taxi queue, a coffee shop. But how do we know?
That's a good question. Well, let's take a look. Do we have a clue?
I cannot see any.
Just quickly skim through it. Tell me.
Okay. No, but he said, thank you for finding the time to meet. So they had a previous arrangement, no?
Yeah, so they're definitely meeting somewhere.
Okay.
And therefore, if they're meeting somewhere, the best choice...
a coffee shop.
It's got to be, yeah. Right? So they chose to meet and you meet people in a place, to get a coffee or something. So yeah, I agree. It's a coffee shop. All right. And what about relationship? I mean, Nadia kind of turns down his favor, right?
Yeah.
Now, there
More
might be a
formal.
reason for that. Are
More
they
formal.
Maybe they
more
are
formal? Okay.
business acquaintances.
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 I agree. As Ishmael said, they're more formal, so they're business acquaintances. So maybe he shouldn't be asking for a favor
Yeah.
because they're just acquaintances. They're not close friends.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What about the update that was given? Which one would you choose there? You meaning class. Any of you. Which one did you choose for the update? What's the best choice to match?
Business has lost customers.
His business has lost customers.
Yeah,
Okay. We agree?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because Stanislav said that they right now are focused only on online customers.
Right. Okay, good. Okay, and then the last one is, what's the favor requested? What's the favor requested? Remember, Nadia is not so pleased with his offer. What does he ask for? No one remembers?
Yeah.
No one remembers? No one?
Yes, I think it's the first one. Contacting internet insurance business.
He's looking for contacts. All right.
For me, it's about a new local member of staff.
A new local member of staff. Oh, wait a second.
Yes,
Let
local insurers. Yeah.
Should look for a
Stanislav looking
local
for
insurer who have many.
local. So hang on a second here. Wait a second.
Yes, I think new local member of staff. Stanislav.
No.
I don't agree with that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
It's searching for some contact.
We are looking for collaboration with some direct insurers.
Right. Direct insurers.
So Stanislav have a big hope for Nadia's ability to get a contact with the customers there.
No, because he already had a lot of contacts. That's what he wants from her.
He wants contacts from her.
Yeah.
So he wants not staff. He wants a collaboration. He wants a business collaboration, like a joint venture or something.
Stanislav said you have a lot of contacts. It means the Stanislav expect her.
Yeah, to do what?
Her acquaintance. Expect that she had a lot of acquaintances there where she live and where she
well, not
she was
personal acquaintances, but business contacts.
business contacts. Yes.
Yeah. And what does he want? What does he think he's entitled to?
Stanislav want Nadia to expand connection and explore new customer. No.
For expand. Oh, you're not being clear who you're talking about. Who's going to expand? Stanislav wants to expand.
Company.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, and that expansion is going to come from Nadia. He thinks Nadia is going to give him her contacts.
Yes.
Or he's asking for them.
Yes.
Okay? So, as you can see, as we go back to the transcript, right, it's got to be, it's got to be number one. It's contacts in the internet insurance business.
Yeah.
He's looking for direct insurers to collaborate with.
I see.
Okay?
Okay.
And which is more formal, which is less formal, which is relatively neutral based on what we heard and read? Well, let's start with the formal. Which one is the most formal? Which conversation? 1, 2, or 3?
I think 2, because they were colleagues, and
is it more formal? More formal?
More formal.
Okay. For me, the first one.
Sorry, less formal. 2.
So less formal is 2. I agree.
Yeah.
Which one is the most formal?
The third one.
I agree too. Why do you think it's the third one? Just what concrete reason would you give?
Because they are not friends, acquaintance. How do you pronounce it?
Acquaintances.
Acquaintances, not friends.
Exactly. They don't really know each other. Okay, and therefore the more neutral one is
1.
The first. Absolutely. That's it. Let's focus a little bit on language. You've got the transcripts there if you need them, but what I want you to do is try to pick out the key phrases that you've heard and read. All you've got to do is match the parts. Okay? So these are going to be dealing with asking for favors and responding, mostly. Well, no, it's also catching up. It's a mixture. It's also catching up. All right? So, number 1, Daniel, want to take the first one for us?
Yes, I'm not sure if you remember me.
Very good. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I'm calling because, remember, that was the phone call in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. And let's see, who's next? I have Gava next. My list.
Yeah, I haven't seen you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen you for ages.
For ages. In other words, I haven't seen you for
a long time.
For a long time. I haven't seen you for ages. Very good. Okay. And Ishmael, can you take 3? Ishmael is thinking. You can hear the wheels turning. Either that or he left and got a beer. He's coming back. I don't hear Ishmael. Okay, let's go with Adi for number 3.
What have you been?
Maybe I'm missing the audio. Say again.
Okay.
What have
you been doing? You've been doing.
What have you been doing?
Doing?
F. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So, what have you been doing? We're catching up. So, okay. And Paulo, what about 5? That was 4. I'm sorry.
How's work?
How's work? Another way to catch up with friends they haven't seen. How's work? How's it been going? How's work going? Rebecca, let's try. That was 4. You're on to 5. Yeah.
It's good to hear from you.
It's good to hear from you. Very good. And Yuki on 6?
Sorry, 6. That actually what the reason why I'm calling.
That's actually the reason why I'm calling. I'm about to ask you for a favor. That is correct.
Okay.
Carmen?
The thing is, I'm looking for someone to work with us.
Now I'm really asking for a favor. And Daniel? Oh, no, actually, Ishmael, are you back yet?
Yes.
Ah, now you're back. Can you try number 8 for us?
I'll certainly looking for someone to work with us.
I'll looking? Doesn't match. Doesn't match.
I'll think about it.
Good. I'll certainly think about it. It's correct. Okay. Those are some key phrases that you should keep in mind as we as we move on into the speaking tasks that we're going to do. Keep those key phrases in mind for catching up and for a way to ask a favor. It asks us to listen again to the first conversation. I don't really know if we need to do it. Let's see if we can do it without the listening. And in fact, we're going to read if we're anything. We're not going to listen. Okay, let's see if you can get it just from what you heard the first time. Let's see. So it says, check your answers. Well, let's go to part 6 and see if we can categorize those phrases. By the way, I've already given you the answers, so you know the answers are correct. So, Gava, 6A, greeting an old friend or colleague. Now, there may be more than one answer that you can choose, okay?
Yeah.
So just give me one. One is enough. Which one here is about greeting a colleague?
I think I haven't seen you for ages, or?
I haven't seen you for ages is a way to greet. Okay, good. Carmen, would you add another one to that? Are there any others?
Yeah, it's good to see you. Well, what is it? It's good to hear from you, sorry.
It's good to hear from you. Okay, great. Okay, and let's see. Paulo, what about asking about work and life? Can you give me one expression that's about asking about work and life?
How's work?
How's work? That's about work. How's work is about work.
About the life work.
And what about life?
Well, I haven't seen you for ages.
I haven't seen you for ages. I think we used that actually, didn't we? We used that in greeting an old friend. Can anyone find a more how's life?
What have you been doing?
So 3F. What have you been doing? Like, what have you been doing lately? I agree.
You can say what's going with you? What's everything? What are things going with you? Kind of.
Going, you need a preposition. What's going on?
What's going on? What are things going with you? What's everything with you?
Oh, you mean how are things going?
How's things going with you? I'm sorry.
Yeah. There you go. How's it going? How are things going with you? Yeah, absolutely. Or how's work? Okay, so we've got one expression for more about life, one more about work. What about C? Changing the subject to introduce a favor. This is kind of the main point of what we're doing today. How do you change the subject? We call that broaching a subject.
The thing
is, oh, it's great to see you, but the thing is, I need money. We call that broaching a subject. That means changing the subject to ask a favor. Okay? So, there's only one expression, and we've just, whoops, where was I? Changing is C, and we said...
The thing is, I'm think about it.
But that's actually D. That's actually asking a favor, right?
Yeah.
What about C? Changing the subject to ask a favor.
We just say, by the way, how about something?
You can, but which one of these expressions fits?
Sorry.
Which one of these?
The thing is, I'm looking for someone to work with us.
Yeah, but that's D. That's asking a favor itself. Before you ask the favor, you've got to change the subject and say, look, something I want to ask you. So which one is there's something
I think it's that's actually the reason why.
Right. In this context, it's 6. That's actually the reason why I brought you here, because I'm using you for your contacts. Finally, we have responding to a request. There's only one response here. What does Nadia say?
8. Sorry.
Yeah, Daniel, say it for us.
8.
Say
I'll certainly think about it.
Uh-huh. When she says, I'll certainly think about it, do you think she's going to think about it?
Yes.
Really? I don't think so. Carmen doesn't think so.
Anyway.
It depends.
It depends, Ishmael?
It depends on the relationship between the people, maybe.
Yeah, it depends.
It might be positive or negative.
Yeah, but like Nadia said in the tree conversation, yeah, I think she will never think about it.
I agree.
In this
Just
context,
being polite, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just being polite. Okay, we've looked at some key expressions, and we've also decided which ones are more formal and less formal. It might be a good idea for you to go back through the text and pick out the phrases, and label them. Print it out and write an F for formal, an I for informal. I mean, have something you can refer back to. It might be a very good idea to do that. But what I want you to do for the moment is actually put this into practice. So we're going to skip that for the moment, and we're going to try this. We're going to have a little conversation of our own. So I'm going to get 2 people, and maybe that's all the time we'll have in this class. If we can do it twice, we will. You're going to use the prompts for whichever person you are, student A and student B, for the first conversation, student B for the second. And what you're going to do is use the key expressions that you've heard. Try to use your memory, but I'll be there to prompt you if you are looking for the right expression. I'll try to step in and help you, okay? Remember, greeting acquaintances like, well, I haven't seen you for ages. Asking about work. How's work? Changing the subject. That's actually the reason why I'm calling. Asking for a favor. The thing is, I'm looking for someone to... So think back to some of those key expressions. All right? Let's see if we can try out at least one conversation in class. So, who's feeling brave? Rebecca's feeling brave? Okay. Good.
Me? I didn't say anything. Okay, I'll try. What?
Rebecca's feeling brave. And how about Carmen? Are you feeling brave too?
But I'm a coward.
You're a coward. Excellent. Okay. So you can be B. Rebecca, you're going to take A. Your only goal is to try to use as many of those expressions you've been exposed to, especially in the last exercise where we had to do the matching. Okay? So, take a minute, just skim through the dialogue and tell me if there's any questions.
So, which letter I am? Because I'm thinking.
You're going to be student A, Rebecca.
Grade B.
You're going to be A, and Carmen is going to be B. She's going to be responding. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, but not sure about the conversation. Can you repeat, please?
Oh, the conversation is exactly what you see on the screen, on that slide. It's exactly that. You're just going to follow it, and you can invent details. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. Maybe
you're going to make it up, but you're going to use the key expressions that you've learned in the last exercise, like the ones that I've given you. But listen, if you don't feel confident, I'll tell you what. If you go to the next page, you can cheat. Because on slide 11, you have
okay. Of course I do it.
All right. I'll put this on screen, and when you're ready, let's see. Where do you think this conversation is going to take place? Are we in an airport? Are we in a coffee shop? Are we in the International Space Station? Where do you think we are? Carmen and Rebecca, where do you think you are when you run into each other?
We can invite it.
Invited? Invited where?
No, invited no. We can. No, sorry. We can make up the place where we are going to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coffee shop. Yeah.
You're in a
prefer
coffee shop.
Okay.
Okay. All right. How long has it been since you've seen her, Carmen?
I left so hot 3 years ago.
2 years ago, huh?
3.
3 years ago. Sorry. Okay. So let me see. What else do we need to know here? You lost your job 3 years ago. Is that right?
No, she lost her job. She's trying to ask me the favor.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. She lost her job
Okay,
3
I
years
lost the
ago.
job and I'm going to ask you for a favor. Okay.
That's it. Yes.
Okay.
And Carmen, where are you living these days, according to this flowchart?
I've been living in Berlin for the last 2 years, and now.
Well,
we live in the same place. That's why we met.
Apparently. Okay. All right. I think we got it together. I'm the guy at Starbucks that asks for your order, okay?
Okay, then.
Hi, would you like a Frappuccino? Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like you two know each other. I'll let you talk.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Rebecca, you
greet
begin.
me.
You have to greet.
Okay. Hello, how are you? How are you doing?
Hello, Rebecca. It's been such a long time. How are you?
Well, I'm okay, but I could be better. You know,
Why? What happened to you?
Well, it happened that I lost my job and I'm looking for a new one. But you know about the crisis, it's very hard to find a new one. So I just called you, thinking maybe you could help me.
No.
What do you think?
Okay. But before that, before you ask me for the favor, we have to talk a little bit about our lives before.
You didn't catch up yet.
That's it. You get straight to the point.
You asked about me. Okay.
Wait. Unfortunately, I don't have numbers on the flowchart, but let's back it up a step. Rebecca, let's look at the third box. The third box. So you've greeted her. She's responded. On the third box, it says, ask about B's work and life. Let's take it from there.
Okay,
Rebecca.
so we start again. Ask about the B works. Okay, so it's nice to see you again. Tell me something about you for your last years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, a lot of things have changed in my life. I have changed the job 3 times. I had worked for a headhunter. I have lived in Berlin for 2 years, and now I have just started my own business.
Wow, that sounds amazing. What kind of business?
Well, now I own a real estate agency.
Okay, now you're going to ask her about her work and life.
What about you? What about your job?
Well, my life wasn't as yours. I lost my job, and well, I'll try to find a new one, but things are difficult, you know.
I see. I'm so sorry about it.
Yeah.
So, are you new here in the city?
Excuse me, say again, please.
You're supposed to be new in the city.
Yeah, I was okay. You have the same jobs. Okay, I'm new in the city. Yeah.
So how do you like the city?
How do you?
How do you like?
The city is good. People is nice. Food is really nice. And the weather is a little bit cold, but I can bear it.
Okay, Rebecca, just one thing, as I told you before, I have just started my own business, and perhaps I think I could offer you some jobs, because I have just started. I need new staff in the office. So if you are interested, we can have a meeting tomorrow in the office, and we can talk about it.
Wow, that would be great for me. And of course, I'll be there. Just tell me the time and I'll be punctual.
Okay, I'll give you the address. And you've got to ask me to help you to find a flat too, because you don't have a flat. You're new in the city.
Why don't you just give her all of your money, Carmen? Why don't you give her your house?
No, but it's true. It's true because I'm doing well in the business, and I need people in the office. So why not? I know her, and she's nice. She's very hardworking.
I'd be very grateful to help you with that. Of course, I have some friends here, and they have some contacts, so no problem about it.
You see, we haven't made arrangements. Everything is set.
You went off script.
Yeah.
You improvised.
We made it up a little bit, but that's it.
All right. It's okay. It's okay. I made a few comments in the chat window. Okay, let me just draw your attention to a few things. I don't remember what you said, Rebecca. It was something about the crisis. I just made a correction.
Yeah.
I think you said because the crisis. Remember, you need a little preposition. Because of the crisis, things happen. Okay. Right? Yeah. You said my life wasn't as yours, but you need an adjective. My life wasn't as good as yours. My life wasn't as successful as yours. Things were not going. You always need an as, adjective, as.
Okay, thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Carmen, you said I'm so sorry about it, which is okay, but you probably want to say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear about it, or so sorry to hear that.
Because she's telling me that, and okay then, I get it. Thank you.
It's just because it's the normal expression people are expecting to hear. Sorry to hear that. And also, one of you, I forgot, said, I can bear it, the weather, I can bear it. Another way to say bear is to put up with. I can put up with. It's maybe a more everyday way to say. Bear is something heavy. Put up with is something not a big deal. I can put up with the weather. Okay, not bad, not bad. So, we're going to give the rest of you, everyone left. For those of you who are still here, we'll give you a chance in the next class. Okay? One thing you might want to do is go back to the text, pick out which phrases you think are more formal and less formal. Okay? We can start there as a review tomorrow, and then we'll maybe get one or two others to try out our conversation and see how it goes. All right? So, I've got a little homework for you to do as well to practice. Okay?
Okay.
Very good job.
Thank you so much, Jan. Have a nice day.
Good job.
Good performance.
Take care. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, both to help me. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day. Class.
Bye-bye.
See you again.